Zach Moss.
And I'm AJ Fenney.
And this is
Hippie
Not Hippie. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 67 of Hippie Not Hippie. Yeah! We didn't get a chance to record an episode in the studio this week, but about 5 weeks ago or so, when AJ was out in California, we had a little talk on the phone, and I recorded that, and yeah, it was kind of fun, so we're going to put that out this week, and we will see you next week with another full episode. We've got a reel going viral.
Is it the one about eating the acid?
Yeah.
I feel like anytime we talk about
Acid?
eating psychedelics and stuff like that, yeah, it really pops off.
Oh yeah, well then there's people, there's all these people, like there's like a narrative going that we live at home.
What?
Yeah. somebody's like, these guys still live at home? And I was like, yep. Both our moms take care of us.
We're just a couple tardies that...
Oh yeah, dude, it's so funny. And then like people attacked. This guy tried to talk shit on us, and like all these people just started hammering him. Yeah, and then all these people are like, these fucking retards are eating glass vials. They don't know shit. And I'm like, dude, it's a plastic fucking dropper bottle, dude. And oh yeah, this guy goes, 3 guys that are 30 plus living in mom's basement. When I was 22 years old, I was running an 11-man framing crew on new houses. I'm 53 now. This is pathetic.
What are you doing on social media?
Yeah, no, and somebody's, and then immediately somebody goes, take a tab and chill out, man. Another guy goes, take a tab and let that ego go, bro. And another guy goes, they're having a conversation about a historical aspect. It's people like you that ruin this world. And then another guy goes, and yet here you are watching these guys while no one's heard of you. And another guy goes, funny thing is, they're making more money than you'll ever see in your life just for sitting there and talking. It's screwed up, but that's the world we live in now.
Whoa, that's...
Yeah, I like that they think we're making money.
I love that they think, they think that we're fucking really popping off.
Yeah, and then some other guy's just like, cool story, bro. And some other guy goes, will you be my dad, Jeffrey? Another guy, okay, boomer. Oh, good for you. You want a cookie? Looks like an apartment to me.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious, dude.
One look at your profile pic and we can see you wouldn't be worth hiring. They're like fighting. They're like, I bet you have soft hands, bro.
That's the funny thing is a lot of times it just goes out of like one person says something and then people lose their goddamn minds to the point that they'll forget what they're arguing about. They're just attacking this old dude.
Yeah, somebody's like, Jeffrey Culver, now you're 53 years old talking shit on the internet. Seems that life worked out well for you. Yet here you are pathetically commenting on how pathetic a couple guys doing something they enjoy is. Dude, I love the fans on this reel. They're just like, oh yeah, Jeffrey Culver, 53 single and still stuck in El Dorado, Kansas. That's fucking pathetic. So yeah, dude, Jeffrey tried to talk shit on us, and the fucking acid crew came for him hard.
Yeah, dude, fucking lit him up.
So, but yeah, how's California?
It's good. I mean, fucking Dave lives way up in the mountains.
Yeah.
So I'm like 90 minutes from LA. So I got in on Monday. Then, yeah, dude, I was a little. Honestly, Dave left on Wednesday morning to go to Chicago for shows, and I was feeling a little like under the weather.
Yeah.
And like trying to be like, it's probably not COVID. I mean, I took a test one day and nothing had shown up. So, but I still had like mucus was really thick.
Yeah, my COVID test that I took was hot immediately.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. Like, you know how they're like 15 minutes? Like that thing was traveling up and it was like the most solid fucking line of COVID I've ever seen.
Yeah. And you're like, I either have COVID or I'm pregnant.
Yeah. I don't know how to read these tests because I live in my mom's basement.
Yeah.
I've never framed a house before.
But yeah, man, other than that, Arches National Park was cool. Hiked all the way up to the Delicate Arch. That was pretty wild.
How long of a hike is that?
Dude, so one of these dudes did this classic backpacking bullshit that people do, which is, hey, how far is it? And the answer is always just about a half mile. That's what everyone says. I looked at my watch and I did about 3 miles. So about a mile and a half there and a mile and a half back. And I'm not going to lie, like, I'm pretty comfortable in the woods. But there was a point where I dropped over this ledge and then I couldn't see anybody. And I was just like, Jesus, like I didn't bring supplies enough to get stuck out here.
Yeah.
So, and it was just this weird part of the trail where literally kind of.
Yeah, you're just a dumb bitch who lives with your mom. You don't know what you're doing in the woods, you little stupid
dude,
bitch.
How am I supposed to know?
You gonna frame a cabin out there, huh? You gonna build a new place to live, huh? You piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hungry. Mom, meatloaf.
Yeah, there's you come across a hiker that's just yelling, "Mommy! Mommy!"
And you're like, do you live in your basement or do you frame houses? Yeah, so that was cool. And then I got stuck in Utah for 2 days in Richfield because right as I got ready to go over the last mountain range, winter weather came in. It was pretty bad. Marciana looked at it and she goes, this is the last big town. You should stop. So stopped, got a hotel, and then it was, shoot, this is fucking crazy. So I had to stay there 2 days because I couldn't get over the mountains. The additional day I stayed, they gave me this this piece of paper after I extended my stay that said, oh yeah, we need to let you know this. They couldn't verbally tell me. They just gave me a slip and I read it. It says, power will be off from 7 a.m. to noon tomorrow. And I was like, what's going on? You guys having work? They were shutting down the entire town from 7 to noon because somebody had installed electric vehicle pumps incorrectly, so charging centers.
Yeah.
And it had been causing blackouts on one side of town. So in order to fix it, they had to dig it up and basically shut electricity off to the entire town. And the lady goes, yeah, you're going to want to make sure and get gas because the pumps won't work. And I was like, okay. And I went back to my room and I realized all the doors in the hotel are electric. And so I went back out and was like, hey, how are these doors going to open? And she goes, yeah, we'll probably prop them open. And then one older lady goes, nope, you're stuck. It's like Hotel California here. And I was like, what is going on in this odd little town?
She's like, mirrors on the ceiling, pink champagne on ice.
Yeah.
Wow, so you got out of there, though? You got out of Utah? You weren't stuck in the hotel for you didn't get locked in your room at all?
No, dude, I got up I set my alarm for 5 o'clock because I was like, I wanted to make sure I could get in and out.
Yeah.
And because I left so early, it allowed me to get to Zion at a decent time. So I went into Zion National Park and did a small hike getting near the Narrows, but I couldn't get all the way in. Yeah, dude, that place was wild. And honestly, you want to talk about being at the right place at the right time. Like, I left early enough that I got there. There was nobody there. So once I got to this temple place to start my my hike.
Yeah.
It was peaceful. I have a 30-second video that I'll send you that might be the most peaceful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It doesn't look real. It looks like a painting, and you can just hear the water running.
Yeah.
And yeah, literally like 30 seconds after I stopped recording and got back on the trail, I just heard this kid screaming, and I was like, oh man, like if I wouldn't have filmed it at that time, it would have been fucked.
Yeah.
But by the time I got back, there was no place to park.
Kids ruining nature. What the fuck? I bet that kid lives in his mom's basement. Fucking, I bet that kid's never framed a fucking house, man.
I bet that kid has no frame of mind. Where Dave lives, it looks like it used to be a state park. And I mean, it reminds me of Golden Gate Canyon State Park in Colorado. Like it is, dude, there's snow everywhere, which is mind boggling to me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he texted me and he goes, hey, are you at the house yesterday? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, cool. My neighbor wants to bring you some cookies. And I was like, what? I was like, all right. I was like, yeah, I'm down for cookies. So she was super nice. She lives at this bed and breakfast down the road.
Total babe, Marcy. Total hot babe.
But yeah, dude, these fucking cookies, god damn. I don't know what she made them out of. They tasted almost like she made them out of brownies.
Oh, wow.
But they were so good.
Nice. So you're getting the country treatment out there. Cookies brought over. Yeah. You're getting the my wife just died treatment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm getting the here's the cookies. I saw the thread and it seems like that guy's mad. I don't want you to feel bad. Here's some cookies.
So
oh wow.
We got a new pet.
Dog, cat, bird, lizard, fish.
His name is Shrek 2.
Shrek 2?
Yeah. He's a mouse.
Oh.
So the other day, Megan and I are sitting on the couch, and I saw a mouse run across the kitchen floor out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, you know. And it was during that cold stretch below zero or whatever. So I'm like, he probably snuck in one of the doors when we opened it or something. I don't think there's holes where he can get in.
Right.
So the thing is, though, is when I saw him out of the corner of my eye, I swore that I saw him fucking skip.
Skip?
Yes.
You still on that vial?
No, dude, I swear I saw him fucking skip. And
so wait a minute. So a mouse scurries, but you're saying from the scurry there was a stop?
He skipped. He like jumped and like skipped. Like I'm a skip, like ta, you know, like.
Like just no, I've been here for years. This is my house. Squatters' rights.
Well, and he was just a young, tiny. I think he's a baby. But I saw him skip, and I don't know. It just timed out with Shrek dying, where I was like, you know, this is probably Shrek. This has to be Shrek reincarnated. And come into our house, Shrek 2. So I had a show. Nancy did my show on Tuesday, and I hit her up and was like, hey, I think I got a little mouse. Because Nancy...
the mouse whisperer.
Yeah, Nancy caught a lot of mice, and then I think we talked about it on the pod, didn't we?
Yes.
She ended up catching and rehoming 32 mice.
Okay.
So Nancy gave me all these like humane live traps or whatever. And all of Megan's friends are like, these aren't going to work. These aren't going to work. And the one that works, dude, so it's a bucket. It literally looks like the game Mousetrap. It's
where it just goes.
Well, it's a Home Depot bucket with like a flap on it that's weighted, and then you put it on there and it walks in the flap and it just dumps them in, but there's a little roof, so when they try to jump off when it's dumping them, they jump into the roof and fall into the bucket. But there's like a little stairway that runs up to the bucket. It's like a little ramp. It's fucking wild.
The bucket. Wow.
So yeah, this mouse climbed a little ladder. And the first 2 days, there's nothing. And we had, Megan's sister had a mice problem, and she, just killed him. So we had electric traps, and I was like, if we don't get them in the next few days, I'm putting out the electric. And sure enough, I went and did wild show. I'll tell you about the show, too. But, and I came back, and I tapped the bucket with my foot and heard a little scurry. And opened it up, looked in there. We got Shrek 2 in there.
Oh, wow.
And I'll tell you this. He was skipping around in the goddamn bucket. He's jumping around in there. And Megan was like, I thought you were full of shit, but, like, this mouse is jumping all over the goddamn place. She's like, I didn't know they could jump.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that's where I'm at. I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm like, oh, there's a mouse that skips in my house. I can't kill it. Because that was Shrek. Let me know it's him skipping. Yeah. So, yeah, I got to go let this bad boy go, this tiny little mouse man.
Oh, so you have the mouse currently in the bucket.
Oh, yeah, he's in the bucket. I made a little... I took 2 long pieces of dental floss and took the lid to a like, Pepto-Bismol thing and, like, airdropped it into the bucket. Like, I made straps under it, like a little bucket, and then lowered the bucket into there so he had a little water.
Oh, you gave him water. I was like, what are you giving this mouse, Pepto?
No, I gave him some water and some seeds and nuts and stuff. Some little treats down in there. Fed him real good. And, I'm going to set him free.
Nice. Where are you taking him?
I'm going to take him to the park over by my house. I looked online. It says, release him in a park, buy some trash, and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to lie. I am tempted. We were like, should we keep him? And we looked online, and it was like, no. Dude, what? No. What are you crazy? You're going to keep a wild mouse? They carry diseases. It'll bite you.
Yeah, they harbor so many diseases.
Yeah.
Which is weird because people keep pet rats, but I guess they're not wild.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you took it in and got it its shots and everything, I don't know.
What a wild
maybe.
Cat. What are you gonna?
Yeah.
Nancy's
like fine, right? Nancy's fine. She caught 32 of them.
Zach's mice.
Yeah, I don't know. I found out about this other thing called a pink fairy armadillo the other day. And
what?
Yeah. Have you heard of these?
No, I know about armadillos.
Look up a pink fairy armadillo on your phone real quick.
Here. Pink fairy armadillo. Wow, as soon as what the fuck?
Yeah, isn't that the cutest little thing? They're like the size of your hand. They're pink. They look like they're wearing a little coat.
Yeah, dude. They're wearing a little thing of armor. They look like a little dinosaur.
Yeah, dude. They're so fucking cool and cute.
Are these things real?
Yeah, dude. They're real, dude. They're down in like Argentina or some shit. They can't live in captivity, or that would be what I would be getting for a pet.
Yeah.
Those
little things are... Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I think it should be the new mascot of the show.
Yeah, dude. It looks like a fucking dragon.
Yeah, dude. Pink fairy armadillos and Hippie Not Hippie. At it again.
Yeah.
So I did Georgia's show last night.
If it's lucky, it gets taken to the authorities who call. Yeah, if kept as a pet, it'll almost surely die from stress and the inability to adapt to the artificial diet.
Yeah. So, bummer. No pink fairy armadillos for us. But
yeah.
Armadillos. No.
Dude, pink fairy armadillos.
So Gabby was on before me at the Riff show last night, the Riff Bucket.
Oh yeah, how was that? Fun?
Oh yeah, it was great. It's set list, but the audience writes a bunch of things in the bucket, and it's way better than a comic writing things because most of them are bad, and you can just riff off of how bad or dumb they are.
Oh, because so comedians are not writing the ideas. It's genuinely just audience members that have to come up with something.
Yeah, like the funniest one that I remember that was like also very bad was D. Kelly got one that was like, make up a first and last name for someone in the third row.
What? Oh, that's great.
Yeah, dude. So
this is Georgia's show, right?
Yeah, so fucking Gabby's doing this thing about like a strap on, how she got a strap on, and how she's like trying to figure out how to bring it up to her boyfriend. It's a really funny bit, you know, where she's like, should I just be like, oh, what's this? Like it just fell out of her pocket, you know, like, oh,
I think she just puts it on. And then when her pants come off, she's like, oh, I didn't know that was there.
Well, yeah, and then she's talking about how she can't wait to, like, put it on and swing it around and, like, you know.
Oh, helicopter.
Yeah.
Dream.
So I got up there and was like, you know, this man she's talking about fucking in the ass is a friend of mine. And I'm worried about him because you don't want to be somebody's first, all right?
Yeah.
Us men know we all did a bad job our first time. You don't want someone that's that eager, that's that excited. Yeah. Like, Gabby's going to tear his ass up. Do you see how pumped she is to fuck him in the ass? Like,
yeah.
So yeah, I was joking around that, and then I pulled out this card that was like, roast the host, which was Georgia. Yeah. And then I remembered that, like, I have Georgia's dildo in my car.
Wait, what? Okay.
Yeah, right. I had this big weird pink dildo of Georgia's in the car. And
all right.
And I was like, yeah, you know, I've had this dildo of George's. Well, so years ago, we filmed this sketch that was about just like a bad roommates. Mm-hmm. And one of the bits was like, Evan opened the dishwasher and this big dildo was in there.
Oh, God.
In the dishwasher. So it was a bit. It had found its way into my car, and I'd always left it there because I was like, I don't know what to do with this thing. And then it kind of became funny. And then it kind of became a defense mechanism. Like, when Brett and I were driving through the South, I was like, man, if a cop pulls Bert and I over.
Oh, with that dildo.
And reaches under the seat and pulls out this big pink dildo, he's just going to be like, I'm done searching this car.
Yeah.
Get out of here, you weirdos. And,
yeah. All you can do is go, it's dangerous out here at night.
Yeah, and I remembered it because, like, Megan pulled it, was like, what is this? And pulled down. I'm like, oh, that's George's dildo. And she's like, why the fuck do you...
Yeah.
And then I told her the story. So then I just talked about how I had her dildo, and then Nick was up after me.
Oh, wow. What a wild lineup setup.
Oh, yeah. So then Nick goes up after me, and he's like, what the fuck? This motherfucker has my wife's dildo or whatever? Yeah. He's like, I fucking want it back. And I heard that, and I ran to my car and grabbed it. And then, like, he was in the middle of his set, and I just handed him a sack. And he's like, what the fuck is this? And then he started opening it up. And then you hear Georgia go, what the fuck? That is my fucking dildo. So then Nick's waving it around. This dildo becomes a big part of the show, just riding it out.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
The audience doesn't know that this isn't somehow planned.
Oh, God. So, yeah, so the dildo's just riding it out on the stage. Then Derek comes out, and rips about the fucking dildo forever. By the end of it, Derek was belly dancing and had his arm as a snake that he was charming. I mean, the show was very fun and wild, but yeah. Then Georgia goes up there and she goes, "Yeah, when Zach said he had my dildo, I was like, Zach doesn't have my fucking dildo." And she's like, and then I saw him bring in the bag, and I was like, my dildo doesn't go in that bag. And she's like, and then I saw him pull out the dildo, and I was like, God damn it! How the fuck does he have my dildo?
Also,
so then Nancy pulls it out and starts letting people in the crowd smell it.
Oh my god.
And then there's a dude whose birthday it was who ended up getting it, and he was in a wheelchair, and like when they're wheeling him out of there, he has the dildo like a lance that he's holding out, and they're just like wheeling him through the crowd. like, so yeah, it was a wild one.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I'm glad that show's taken off.
Yeah. Well, and somebody was like, what do you think about AI and comedy? And I think Nick Dean's like, AI's not going to keep my wife's dildo in their car for 8 years to pull out for a bit.
Oh, God.
So
that's so fucking funny, dude.
So, yeah. Man. So that's pretty much my story. You have any auditions yet?
No, nothing yet. I've had a whole bunch of stuff come through. I mean, that's what sucks is most of my days, now that I'm starting to feel better, I haven't even gotten down into the city yet. I've just been like healing up and then watching my emails, and literally every email audition I get, there's something wrong. Like I got one for US Cellular, and the agency was adamant about someone who uses that cellular device already, and the casting agent was like, is a requirement that is already a user, and I was like, nope. And then there were some that I'd gotten asked to do, but the sizing was wrong. Like some of this shit gets really bizarre, man, where it's like must be 5'11", must have a 32-inch waist. I had one that was like, they were looking for a desert dweller, and I was like, oh, I could probably pull this off. And then it was like, must have extremely weathered skin, like you've been in the desert for, living there for years. And I was like, well, that's not me. I'm still holding on to a little bit of you. So yeah, buddy, I don't know. It's the end of the week, and still got some projects to get done while I got time to hang out. And the next week, I'm just going to have to spend a lot of time in the city, if nothing else, saying hello to friends, hanging out at the clubs. And, I think that's the plan for next week. If I don't get any gigs, at least, I was talking to Dave about like the Monday night at the store. And then there's I think a mic at the Improv. So there's a couple of different shows that he might be able to get me in on. And the other thing is I know enough people here that once I'm down hanging out, like I can probably seed some stuff for next time. But other than that, man, honestly, it's been nice to just not be doing anything for like a week. Yeah. Like I was so that I literally am starting to feel better and feel a little bit refreshed. And I was so behind on stuff that is mediocre and boring. Like, dude, I deleted over 4,000 emails.
Wow.
Like, it's just fucking terrible. So, but yeah, other than that, I don't know. Have you ever seen bear strips before?
No, what are those?
So this is something new to me that everyone in this area, I guess bears are a prominent problem here.
Yeah.
So it's basically a piece of plywood that has screws through it. And everyone in this neighborhood has these giant bear strips near their windows and stuff like that. So if a bear tries to come in and knock the window out, it unfortunately will step on these nails or spikes. It'll kind of startle them or hurt them, and then they'll take off. And it is training them to stay away from the houses.
Oh, well, that's good. Does it work?
I don't know. It's winter here, so hibernation season, but I imagine during the summer you probably get a good chance of seeing some bears.
Yeah, some paws on the ground. Yeah, I did narrators on Wednesday.
Yeah, I saw your name on the poster. That's one of my favorite shows in the city. That, and I really liked We Still Like You, but that's not happening anymore.
Yeah, man. So Ron hits me up a week before the show, and he's like, "Are you available to do any of these days?" And I'm like, "Yes." I don't hear from Ron until the day before the show, and he's
when
like,
the poster comes out.
Yeah, he's like, "See you tonight," and I was like, "Okay, you're lucky you're doing this to me, Ron, because I'll be okay." Right. But like, fuck.
Yeah.
So, man, I wrote the shit out of this story. The first half of it was great, but I didn't get to finish it. So it was like a really well written and done story. And then like we get to the end and I'm just like, and this happened and blah, blah, blah. And sorry, I don't really have a bow to tie this up at the end, but fuck you, Ron. And
I love the idea of this great, just well put together story. And everyone's on their edge of their seat, and then as you get to the end, you just go
yada yada yada.
Just kind of. And they're like, "Wait a minute!" And you're like, "Yeah, no, I really just ran out of time."
Well, and dude, I thought I was up there for 10 minutes. I put the tape on at home because I was gonna transcribe it, and and fucking 15.
How long was the set supposed to be?
10.
Okay.
So when I felt I need to wrap it up and get the fuck out of here. I should have been feeling that. I should have been feeling it 5 minutes sooner.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been kind of a weird week of shows because I had the story show, then I had the riff show, and then I caught a mouse. So.
God, and then I got sucked into this show, Northern Exposure, which Marciana started watching, and I thought I had seen, but I'd never seen. And now I'm 2 seasons into that.
Dr. Fleshman?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I'm deep in it right now.
It's a very good show.
Yeah, I think some of my favorite episodes so far was like the spring break, like when the ice is getting ready to break and everyone's fucking being crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really good show. I've watched all 5 seasons. I tried to do a rewatch of it with Megan, but I don't think she was vibing with it as much as...
I like it.
For some reason, I think you have to remember the 90s a little bit for it to be...
relative. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Well, they do an amazing callback to Twin Peaks in one of the episodes. And I can't remember which episode it is, but one of them... Oh, it's the one where the doctor's fiance comes in from New York, and at the very end, they go to see something. It's super foggy in this lookout point, and there's the waterfall, and they're like, "What's that?" They're doing this like snapping, and they're like, "What's that sound?" And they're like, "Sounds like snapping." And then all of a sudden, they look through this telescope, and they go, "What's that?" And they're like, "There's a lady," and they're like, "What is she holding?" It's like a log. Mm-hmm. So it ends up being all these callbacks to the log lady from Twin Peaks, but yeah, man, it's a good show. Hold on, I got a call from the sound. My doctor's calling me for some reason.
Oh, I'll just catch you later, dude.
All right, buddy.
Take care, man. Bye.
All right, bye.
Thanks so much for listening, everybody. Like, subscribe, follow, whatever. Get on the motherfucking